Good afternoon. I am Dr. Senegal Phoenix, and this is Shout. Now what? This is a stream that I air weekly about different things in society that people are afraid to speak about. But I feel if you speak about it and work on it, then it won't be one of those topics that people are afraid to speak about. So, in my streams, we speak about those things that are touchy subject for most people, like racism and discrimination, different things such as this. So now the next thing, I'm going to air something that people I don't feel take much value in this topic. And also, how is everyone? The holidays are coming up. What will you be doing? I'll be celebrating my holiday with my daughter as usual, and I'm happy with that. So let's go on to the next topic. And thank you for joining me. This topic is called I Promise, I Promise, I Promise. How many times, if you have children and was going to punish them, how many times did the child say, I promise, I promise, I promise, Mom, I won't do it anymore. I promise, Dad, I won't do it no more. And next week he does it some more. That is the experience that I've gotten. There's no value in anyone's promise, even though they say I promise, or say that I'll do this or that. How many times have someone said that I'll call you tonight, and you wait. It's 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, a year, and they didn't call you. For most people like me, that your word is your bond. I take it very seriously when people say, I'll call you tomorrow and don't call me. Okay? And usually I give that person, if they're a close friend or family member, 2 more times and I cut them off. That's just how I am, and that I place value if you promise that you're going to do something for me. With my dad, growing up, I realized that, and he told me this one day, your word is your bond. Selling things on his farm or whatever, and someone cut and they said, well, I'll bring the money by next week. Okay. Dad would say, fine. And the next week, the person will show up with the money. There was no contracts or anything like that. If that person said they was going to do something for you, you know, back in the day, you didn't ask for a contract or any type of papers. You just said, okay, that'll be fine. And if you did, That was an insult to that person and that family. And you didn't get any more business from that person. They just didn't speak to you anymore. It wasn't called for to ask for a contract. What? It wasn't done that way back then when I was growing up. And then my dad would shake the person's hand and the deal would be over. But now, also, too, is the things such as with children and there are three examples like with children, and this will show the importance of keeping your promises or the consistencies of promises and how important they are. With my daughter, I was a single mother. I got divorced when she was about 2 or 3 years old. And I raised her along with the help of my father and mother and the rest of the family. So she would go and stay with the grandparents sometimes and would see her aunts a lot. Okay. So with me, I realized that you have to be consistent with raising a child. If I told her something, you know, don't do that anymore because you will get punished, then I will do that. If I say, well, I will buy you these pair of shoes next week for school, okay? I promise. Then next week I did that. I was on point. If I said, well, I don't know if you can go on this trip. I don't know if we'll have the money. I will check and see, and I'll let you know something. And then the next week, yes, I would say, well, it looked like I have the money, and you can go on that trip. And she was so, so happy. Consistency that helps a child's growth, and it helps their their characteristics because if you're going to be someone that they can trust to keep their promises, then that child will keep their promises too uh, through growing up. They're going to be a very good person that anyone can trust. And so I was consistent in that. And to the very day now that my daughter is the same way. If she says she's going to do something, she'll do it and keep that promise. If she can't, she'll say, well, no, I can't. And promises goes into the next thing, jobs. A lot of times, if the job is something very serious, like a government job, a state job, or something that's working with people and children, there is usually a form that one has to fill out, to work with that community. And a lot of times that person don't mean what they say. They don't even look at it or read it. They just do. They sign it, and that's it because they know it's not really important, not to them anyway. And that was it. And the next thing is Marriage. How many of you think that marriage is important today as it was maybe 50 years ago? Okay. I miss myself also too. If you said not so, that's true. Because usually most people that get married maybe now is getting a divorce in 2, 3 years. That's it. It doesn't last because that promise is not their bond. They don't take the promise or marriage very important. So they don't stay in that marriage. They, after they start getting that itch that, well, I'm not happy with this person. I'm not happy with that person. I want to be single. I don't want to be a parent anymore. I don't want to be a husband or a wife anymore. They just say it. It's just word to them. And that's it. They are out of the marriage. They're not married anymore, just like they wanted to. They might have said, I love you, I love you, I love you, I want to get married to you. And that's another word. People throw that word around, I love you, and it doesn't mean a thing to them. They just say it to be able to get something from that person. But to them, it's not important. I love you and I promise are just words. They don't mean what it meant when I was growing up. Our word is our bond. Thank you. The tip for today is if you say something or promise something, then keep that promise. Because whether you think it or not, that's your reputation. That person is going to remember, okay, she said she was going to do this, and to the very day she hasn't done it. That person is going to pass that around if whether you believe it or not. So uh, I promise, keep that promise. The thought for the day is your word is your bond. And so keep it. And also, to the holidays are coming, and think of people in your life that may need a little company or maybe a gift or something like that. That may be very important to them. Maybe, for example, your neighbor. For example, a single uncle. Send them a little gift. It will, especially during the holidays, it will put a smile on the face and make them very happy. And especially with the pandemic and people can't really travel, UPS and USPS and FedEx is very important to people during the holiday. So call or send someone a gift. All right. Thank you for so much for joining me, and I hope this was interest to you. And remember to subscribe and thumbs up. And have a blessed day and take care of yourself and others.